Okay, so implementing selections in Java. We have four methods of implementing selections in our programs. So let's get started with number one, the standard if.
So let's implement the standard if using a very simple example. Let's say there's a person, call him Geo, equal new person. So Geo is gonna go to the store to get some bread and checks whether the store has eggs or not. So if the store has eggs, he's gonna buy 5 eggs. Otherwise, he's just gonna buy some bread and go back home. So the first thing Geo is gonna do is go to the store. Second step, I have a condition here, so with an if, I start with an if keyword, after that a condition, and my condition is whether the store has eggs. Let's assume that the store has eggs, so true. If the store has eggs, so Geo, go get some eggs. How many eggs? 5 eggs. And after that, proceeding to get some bread, then go back home. Go home. Like that. Now, if I run it, Geo went to the store, bought 5 eggs, bought some bread, and went back home. Now, assuming that the store doesn't have eggs, so set this to false. Let me rerun it. Went to the store, bought some bread, and went back home.
Number two is gonna be if else.
Here I just made a simple program that prompts me to enter an integer value, let's say 8, and prints the number as 8. Okay, so now I want to make this program prompt me to enter a number and reports whether the number is even or odd. And for that I want to use the if else method. So let me just close this. Implementing the if else, so I start with an if, checking first if the number is divisible by 2. If it's divisible by 2, I want it to print the number is even. And in case the number is not even, so else, using the else keyword, it would print the number is odd. So now entering an even number, let's say 6, the number is even. And entering an odd number, 3, the number is odd.
Moving on to number three, else if.
So I have this simple program that asks the user how fast he was driving. In case the user was driving more than 160 miles per hour, the program would report that he is charged with $150. Otherwise, he is free to go. So maybe one would think that this program is not enough. This program may use even more conditions. Let's say if the user was at a speed of more than 100 miles per hour, let's say 125, which is less than 160 but more than 100. So with the help of the else if method, I can implement this as a second condition. So using the keywords else followed by if, and make my second condition of whether the speed is more than, let's say, 120. In case of that, the program would report you were charged, let's say, $100. So if I add a number less than 160 and more than 120, let's say 135, you were charged $100. And I can add even more conditions if I want. So else if speed, let's say, is more than 80. And here make it print, you were charged $50. $85, you were charged with $50. And in case all of these following conditions were false, then the program in the end would print you're free to go.
And finally, the fourth method is going to be the switch block.
Okay, this is a simple example where the program prompts me to enter my favorite season. So I should enter a number from 1 to 4. 1 for spring, 2 for summer, 3 for autumn, and 4 for winter. Otherwise, the season number is invalid. So let's say I want to use the switch method instead of this else if method. So what I can do is I can start with the keyword switch, and here it takes a variable. So I want this switch block to depend on the value of season number, which carries the number I input, and start with the first case, the case which holds the first value, so 1. After that, I should prompt it to print your favorite season is spring, like that. Should be 2 dots, so case 1, 2 dots, and print your favorite season is spring. After that, I should use the keyword break to break out of this switch block. So I input the other case, so remove this, so case of number 2, so in case the number is 2, then the program should print your favorite season is summer. And after that, the break. Let me just copy this here. Here, make this case of 3, and for number 3, autumn, and number 4, winter. And in case the number is invalid, then the keyword I use here is default, and make it report invalid season number, like that. So let's give it a try. So if I run, enter your favorite season, let's say 3. Your favorite season is autumn. Right again, invalid number, let's say 8. Invalid season number.
Make sure to follow for more, and you're welcome.